Oh my god, my stream is not muted. Okay, there we go. I almost had a double sound going on there. Did I hit? Was that on during the? That wasn't on. I must have unmuted that by accident. Hi everybody. It's an awkward start as usual because it's one of my streams. But how's it going? Welcome back everybody to a Wednesday stream. I was gonna stream yesterday, but I wasn't quite feeling up to it, so I didn't stream yesterday, and so I'm streaming today instead. It's Wednesday and I'm streaming. Hi. We're continuing Outer Wild. I started this back in October and then I got ill and then I forgot to get back to it. Oh, well, not necessarily forgot so much as just got really busy. Um, yeah, I started it like early October and then I just kind of like I fell ill for the rest of October and then I needed to crunch to get a couple of videos done before I went to America for 2 weeks. And then after that, it was Christmas. It's just been a whole thing. I've been so busy like that since I first tried to play this game. But now things have calmed down a bit and I'm ready to get back into it. So yeah, how is it going, everybody? Welcome back. I forgot how calming and beautiful the music of this game is until I put it on just for the startup bit there. Um, but yeah, how are you? I've had a nice long walk today. I went out to the shops to buy some sweet treats because we're feeling it in the house. You know, January it's a bit of a dry month income wise. A lot of people have that problem, but you know, getting to the end of January, celebrating with a bit of some sweet treats. Some nice sweet like cinnamon rolls I got from a bakery, and I got some cake. Got some nice little coffee sachet things. I also bought some toothpaste. I needed toothpaste. You know, sometimes you just need toothpaste. Um, so yeah, I've had a nice day. Um, how have you all been? Because I'm excited to get back into Outer Wilds. You can say it's been a moment since I last played it. I probably have forgotten all the controls. But either way, I'll settle back into it. I at least only did one session. So it's not like I'm continuing from the middle of a playthrough. It's kind of just picking up from a beginning. Um, as you do. Okay, you all are quiet today. That's fine. um, so let's talk about Game Blast for a little bit while people find their way in. Game Blast is happening in a month's time. January 25th to 27th. Game Blast is an event, raises money for special effects. It's a charity that provides equipment to disabled gamers. It's a very cool little thing. And past couple of years, my friend Weird has been organizing streams to kind of get involved with it, and it's been getting bigger every year. Like we officially had like a team Weird Blast last year. And Team Wave Blast is continuing this year with the addition of buddy games, which is going to be very exciting. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff planned for that weekend, and there are a lot of really cool rewards and other things that you will be able to get if we raise enough money, which we've actually been doing pretty well on already. If you go over to this page here, I got my chatbot fixed because it was broken last time. The Wave Blast page, you know, I might as well open it. I can do that, can't I? If I do this. That's the wrong order. This is the right order. There we go. Team Wareblast shoot past. Team Wareblast shoot past Pluto. It's a bit of a mouthful, actually. Come to think of it. But yeah, we've already raised 150, which you know we haven't even started yet. It's still a month away, but we got a generous donation from Wesley Dodds. And I googled the name Wesley Dodds, and it just came up with an obscure DC Comics character who went under the moniker Sandman, which I guess let's bring the dream closer. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. But yeah, that was a very nice donation that happened 10 hours ago, 9:30 in the morning, and we are up to 150. Every £100 with this will get a Tombola award, which is from Weird's magical Tombola machine, and every 500 is our main rewards. So we'll be announcing those And you were going to figure out the references. Well, I used Google. I used Google because I thought the name sounded familiar from somewhere, and I've heard of a lot of random superhero names and, you know, comic character names, so I kind of just piece it together from that. Hello, Ebeck. Just talking through some Game Blast stuff. This Friday, this is what I wanted to say. This Friday, we are announcing all the big rewards in a stream. I'm doing things with my hands of Fall Guys on Weird's channel, and I can now use the Weird command because once again, my chatbot is working again. I don't know what happened to it. I just kind of needed to disable the bot, refresh the page, and enable it again, something like that, and then it started working again. I don't know. Stuff's weird. It's weird. Technology's weird. It doesn't work. But yeah, we'll be on Weird FTW's YouTube channel on Friday. We'll be playing Fall Guys. We'll be announcing things. Be there. It'll be very exciting. And that's all I have to say. Let's get down. Resist the Mulan reference. Let's get down to business and play the Outer Wilds. Or Outer Wilds. I always used to say The Outer Wilds, and I guess I still make that mistake sometimes because of the game The Outer Worlds. But no, it's just Outer Wilds. There's no the. There's no definite article. It is just Outer Wilds. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's party. Let me turn off this. Wait. Is it screen that I was using for this? Hold on. Have I got this set up right? It worked earlier. Hello? Must have been what I was using for that. No, this is the one. Why isn't it coming up? I'm sure it will in a moment. Hold on. This is the one I want you to find. It's open. OBS, it's open. It's here. Okay, you know what? Fine then. If this is how it's gonna be, then I will... Oh, there it is! Never mind. Took its sweet time. Awesome. Whoa. Am I lagging slightly? I think my camera frame rate is suddenly tanking. I don't know why that's happening. OBS does listen to threats. Actually, maybe if I just enable the screen mode, it'll work better. Maybe it's just the way the game is. Sound and video sync on the... Maybe it's just OBS then. Okay. In that case, I will just resume the expedition. Because, yeah, that's where we were. I have a lot to uncover in this game, I think. I don't even know what I have to uncover. I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember what I did uncover. Goodness. We'll have to, like, get our bearings and figure out where everything's at. Either way, welcome back to the Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds. There's no other. We'll get back into it. And there's all these little details, aren't there? There's this this individual. They're pretty cool. I remember them. I'm just gonna get used to everything. Okay, it's a hold and release a jump. That's right. It's good that this is kind of like a time loop thing because it means that you can kind of go back to the tutorial area and just reacquaint yourself with everything, which is handy. Coffee. All right. Should I go back out into space or should I do something else first? I'm just gonna... I don't know where I should be. But this is how I get to my thing, if I recall. So, let's do it. My spaceship. Pre-fight checklist. Jetpack auto boost. Oh. Oh, goodness. Right. Ah, ship log. So we can see where we've been. Hey, Itamar. Uh-huh. Right. Where have I been? Oh, I remember this. Hold on. Zoom? Ah, here we go. One of the orbital probe cannons, 3 modules. What should I do? The seed. Oh, yes, the seed. Super windy outside. There's scary noises. Also, the thunder shook my apartment. Oh, no. Statue workshop. Wow, I barely remember where to go. This tower, located on Brittle Hollow's equator, held useful knowledge for Nomai embarking on their first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon. Well, this, I think this particular loop is going to be a bit of a write-off, just as I'm getting my bearings back together. Nomai survivors who crashed on Brittle Hollow climbed down the cliff to a shelter site below the surface. Okay. Well, I guess let's just, like, figure out where we want to go. And then go there. Here's the map. So Timberhearth is our main one. Hourglass Twins. Yeah. Ash Twin and the Ember Twin. There's the Brittle Hollow. That's the one that's, like, all falling apart and stuff. Interloper. I went to the Interloper at the end of my last stream of this, I remember, and then I fell off it promptly, and I lost my ship and everything. It was an experience. I've been at Giant's Deep a couple of times. I remember that. That's the really stormy planet. You can take a bit to figure out the flying again. Oh, I bet. Isn't there like one that's like, one of the things is like kind of interdimensional or whatever as well? Like it only appears sometimes. Can't remember what it was called. Maybe it's a different thing. Hollow's the Lantern. What the hell is that thing? Hold on, how do I... This. How do I, like, mark something? I can't remember. Is there a way to mark something? I seem to remember there being one. I don't remember. Is it not left stick? Looks like it should be left stick. Well, guess I'm just gonna go. Should it not be left? It's like... That's what it seems like it should be. But I'm pressing the left stick and it's not doing anything. Am I wrong? Oh. I did not get enough out. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We almost just didn't get enough out of the orbit. Moon. Moon? What about the moon? Okay, I remember that's the... Yeah. But shouldn't I be able to mark something to go towards? There's the interloper. I can do it from the map from here by here by pressing the left stick. And there might be something wrong with my controller, because the left stick's not doing anything. I haven't used it in a moment, but yeah, it's definitely not doing anything. Maybe I can just... Okay. Disconnecting and reconnecting the controller. Hold on. Let me try that. I can do it with the left click though. I did it with the left click there rather than the stick. Okay, now it works. Yeah, reconnecting worked. There we go. Okay, match the velocity. Oh, I'm trying to figure things out again. Yeah, this one is definitely a write-off. Because I'm just not going to be able to do anything while I'm figuring things out. There? Where did it go? Did I miscalculate something? Or did that moon just disappear when I touched it? Right, cool. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Am I going to Brittle Hollow? I'm gonna go to Brittle Hollow, I don't know. I've been to Brittle Hollow before, I know that much. Which ones haven't I been to? Oh. That was a bit violent. I need to go into landing mode back next time, don't I? Okay. I'll get back. I'll get used to it. Yeah. Perfect. And by that I mean terrible, but, you know. Probably gonna lose this because this planet's gonna fall apart, but, you know, maybe we can at least just get used to things and find happenstances. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This is where things crash into the planet. Because it's this hollow be real brittle, so you know. I'm gonna lose my ship again. It happens more than it should. Ah, I can do that, yes. This is just a getting my bearings run, so I'm not worried about it. I remember this ship. Okay, yeah, I've been here before. What's on the top of there? Whatever this thing is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the sun's getting red. My ship isn't moving at any particular speed, so it's at least not been hit by a meteor yet. That's always good news. I have definitely been in here before. Just trying to see if I've got any interesting. I should equip this more often, shouldn't I? Is there where I like sort of mark the frequencies? Not Wild Adventures, I guess. I don't know what this escape pod's about, but it does not sound like a fun time. What is that? You actually have to go to a signal to like lock onto it though, don't you? Let's alright, where is my ship? I'll go back over to it. Oh, there's stuff down there. I must have been there before. Let's see if we can get that before we explode in a fiery death. Am I flying even? I assume I am. Been waiting for this. Oh, the music started, hasn't it? Is that on Giant's Deep then? Must be. Match that velocity. Evac, would you say that you've been looking forward to this? I'm going too fast. Where's the landing platform? There's one around here. Can't remember where it is. Ah, there it is. Okay. The good news is I'm probably not that much worse at flying than I was last time. Because I was already pretty bad. You know, sometimes the only way is... Uh-oh. Oh. Well, this should be okay. I just need to... Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh! That killed me. Good to know. Okay. Broke my legs, didn't I? Done did broke those legs. Sometimes it be that way. It's late. The sun is gonna go supernova, by the way. Oh yeah, the observatory has an exhibit about that. Between you and me, I glossed over some of the final details. Astrophysics is really more Hornfels domain. Me, I'm here for the rocket science and the marshmallows. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good marshmallow? Do I have a hat? Or is that... Are those my ears? Oh, they're my ears. Sometimes you just have to know. Alright, well. So, you know. Mistakes were made. I want to go back here, though. That's what I'm working with. We're gonna go to Giant's Deep. Is that what it's called? Watery Pain Planet. Giant's Deep. Here we go. Aha. Because there's like there's a signal that I want to try and nail down here. I don't know what it is. Match the velocity. Okay. Let's keep things, it's somewhere on here. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oof. Okay. Let's be careful this time and not, oh. What the hell is that? Did I see that last time? I probably did. It's been a moment. Either way, it looks prickly and kind of evil. I don't know if I like it. Let's find a place to land. Oh, this might be it. Okay, okay, this is it. This is it. I may lose my ship here. Right. Okay. Identify signal nearby. It's around here. Ah! Hey! Nice, it's you! Good to see you made it here in one piece. First solo launch is a doozy, isn't it? Hey, so don't freak out anything, but lately I keep, like, dying repeatedly. I don't know, it's pretty weird. What about you? Have you died lately, or is it just me? No, it's me too. I'm in a time loop. Time has been behaving unusually lately. Yeah, time loop makes sense. Cool. You're taking this pretty well. Right back at you. Interesting. I didn't realize there was anybody else in the loop. Personally, I like new experiences, and I've never been in a time loop before. I mean, I don't think I've been in a time loop before this one. Looks like you and I are the only ones who can tell that time's gone all weird. I tried radioing Hornfeld and asking if they died too, but they thought I was being metaphorical. Even if I tell Hornfelds about the time loop, they never remember the next one. They don't realize anything's different. And here's another weird one for you. Every time I die, all of my memories from that loop replay back to me. I'm pretty sure that's related to the big stone Nomai statue I found on one of the other islands. I was looking at it, and the statue opened its eye and started glowing. It replayed my memories like it had seen them through my eyes, just like what happens each time I die. Uh-oh. That happened to me with the statue at the museum. Am I gonna... Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's try and be careful with this. Alright, let's just hold on a second. Just gonna stick in here. Dude's just chilling. They're just having a good time in that hammock. Maybe put no spoilers in the tags just in case. That's a good idea. No spoilers. Oh, I can only stick 5 tags. All right. Whatever. No spoilers. Okay, it's in there. Need to be able to spell this out? Yeah. I appreciate it. Okay. No, no, no! Wait. Found something. Nice. What you got for me? I found what happened to the orbital probe cannon. Oh, that's the cannon breaking apart at the start of each time loop? For real? Did you figure out why? Too much power. It's kind of scary how much that sounds like something Slight or Feldspar would do. I'm pretty surprised that Nomai built something that actually broke. Come to think of it though, broke might be the wrong word, because it looks like the orbital probe cannon is still firing successfully at the beginning of each time loop. So we can like report to Gabbro about stuff. That's interesting. Have you ever watched a cyclone for so long it starts to hypnotize you? I'm telling you, that'll put you in a trance if you stare at them long enough. How's space treating you? Where should I explore in Giant's Deep? Here's something you might like. At the start of every time loop, I keep seeing a bright flash in the sky. Something must be happening up there in orbit around the planet. What else? Have you been to Statue Island? That's what I've been calling it. Seeing as it's the island where I found the glowing Nomai statue. Get it? I guess. I was on the beach on Statue Island when the whole glowy business happened, by the way. It's a nice beach for that sort of thing. I give it a solid 7 out of 10 on the Gabbro relaxation scale. If you feel like checking out Statue Island, it's the one with the two islands connected by a natural rock arch. Well, mostly connected anyway. You'll see. Okay. Let's have a look in here. Ooh. How do I detect the ghost matter again? Isn't it the scout? Oh yeah. Well, that's looking dangerous. Okay. Yeah. I'll just let that be for the time being and go this way instead. Oh, let's retrieve the scouts. There we go. It also takes pictures while it's in your hand. Oh yes, that's true. Ah. The lime green of danger. Oh, that was a bit more violent than I should have been. Ghost matter? More ghost matter? Oh. Where is it? Oh, it's just the entrance to the cave again, isn't it? That cave, little crystal cave. Full of deadly Aurora Borealis. Gravity seems actually quite heavy here. Ah, it's 2 times gravity. That'll explain it. Alright, let's go somewhere else in here before we explode. Huh. You know, I don't know if I've explored this. Let's have a look. It probably has lots of ghost matter, though. So, let's see how much I can get through with this. Oh, yeah. I had a feeling. So don't go that way. I'm gonna go this way instead. I know how the jetpack booster works, don't worry. Okay. What the hell is this thing? Oxygen, huh? Yeah, that's gonna be... Oh! That's a bit close. Be careful. Oh, I know there's ghost matter nearby. What the hell? What's that? Alright. Refill my jetpack here, though. It's a little bit unsettling, actually, yeah. Oh, God, the gravity. I don't know what that is. So, maybe I get more answers. My phone just pinged. If I could get in there, but maybe if I... Oh. Oh, hold on. What the hell are those things? I do not like them, whatever they are. I agree that they are kind of scary. Oh. Hold on, I need to go this way, don't I? Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay, that's incoming. Whoa. Let me in. Let me in. Oh. Oh, goodness. You can see it from this angle, actually. Oh, goodness. That's approaching rapidly. I think there's something frozen in the ice. Okay. Let's, pop this bad boy down. Yeah. Ah, perfect. Perfect landing. Let's get somewhere safe. Hopefully. Okay. How do I do this again? Statue workshop. Huh. Can I talk to Gabbro again later? I can, yes. Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, I will talk to him again later, for sure. And so far, like, he's the only other person we know that's in the loop. So that's very interesting. It does make them quite an important character, I suppose. Also, I swear I didn't see that last time. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't trust it. I'll cover the mysteries later. That's an interesting little thing. I'm fairly certain I went to this area last time, but just kind of refreshing myself with everything. Welcome to the Giant's Deep, friends. I'm excited for you to meet the statues. Maybe I didn't do this before. If I'm not in my dwelling, I'm likely in my workshop below, inside the island. I think I've been to the workshop. Remember that. It's got a couple of those sort of bubble portal things. Is this Statue Island? Hmm. it's getting awfully red out here. Don't have much time, clearly. Hey, VFig! How's it going? Nice to see you. Ah. I think I'm about to burn up in a supernova, but you know, it happens. Such is life. That is true. Uh-oh. Ugh. There's something unsettling about vast bodies of water like that. I think it's the helplessness combined with the, you know, being kind of unclear about what to do. I'll just see if I can say hello to... What's that? Gabbro one last time. Hold on. Gabbro's over here. Where have I explored so far? I explored a little bit of this this area. This planet. Ultimately, I haven't done a huge amount of this game. I've done like one section beforehand, and that was just kind of getting my bearings, and then just kind of discovering things slowly but surely. So far, I haven't got a lot. I've kind of had a look at a few different planets, and that's it. Although I have done, yeah, definitely early days. Okay, so what are you doing in here? Oh, what are any of us doing here, really? No, I'm just kidding. I'm exploring our solar system, same as you. I'll tell you what, outer space really gives you room to think. It's quiet and peaceful out here. I mean, it's usually quiet and peaceful. Sometimes a cyclone comes by and lifts my little island paradise clean up to the water. Then, less peaceful. What's up with this planet? I know, right? Oh, you meant like, tell you about it? Oh, I gotcha. Well, Giant's Deep is massive and mostly water. No surprise there. There's a strong current a ways beneath the surface that prevents anything from sinking below it. Seriously, I tried everything I could think of to go past that current, and neither idea worked. So you tried two things. As for land masses, I've counted 4 islands, including this one. There's also one with that gnome I saw on the beach. You've seen the cyclones? Yeah, they're hard to miss. They'll toss up everything in their path. Islands included. Little tip, if you get picked up, try and land in water. Less likely to kill you. I have learned this. Where's your ship? That's a good question. It's definitely on this planet somewhere. I mean, unless a cyclone came by and tossed it into space, I guess. That'll be pretty nuts. I hope it's not lonely. I think I saw it. I saw something, and I was just a moment ago, and I was like, "What is that?" I was gonna say it looks like my ship, but it's not my ship. So either way, it's not far. Oh, where was it? Can't get a thing from him yet? Oh, okay. Here. Got it. That's a little bit. Oof. Where I can get in? Where are the legs? Here. How do I get down? Oh, okay. Maybe when the... Let's get on top of it and try and wait for the water to... Because the current's just too powerful. Okay. Wait for a cyclone to kind of try and pass through. I might not have time, though. I think I hear the music kicking in anyway. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah. End is night. Alright, well, that's at least something I know to do. Let's see if I can find a way into this ship. Well. Maybe. Okay, the bottom is boarded up. I mean, I could at least tell Gabriel that I've maybe found it. I mean, death is coming. Trying to see what else I could do before I die. Are you trying to have 2 starships from a flotilla? No, I'm just want to see if there's anything interesting in it that I might be a gift to Gabriel, or tell Gabriel or something. Guess I'll just like sit here and wait for death to approach. Oh, I think it's here. That's it. That's it. Let's go! Ah, finally. There we go. Passing back through. Okay, so significantly, we've met Gabriel now. That's kind of a big deal. All right. I wonder if I can ask any of these people about Gabriel. Also, that was the thing he was talking about before. The thing that sparks and shoots off. I tried to get that last time, but I couldn't really figure out what it was or what to do with it. Huh. Okay. Let's get going again. Yeah, because you see that thing shoot off right away, and I think it's over there. I couldn't figure out what to do with it or what it was. I ended up looking at a log though. Gabriel's Island. Okay. Right. Gabriel says there's a strong current beneath the surface that prevents anything from sinking below it. The Nomai on the construction yard saw something sink beneath the water, the underwater current, which they previously thought was impossible. Interesting. Okay, nothing interesting there. I saw the probe tracking module through a Nomai projection pool. I think the module is underwater. I could see purple electricity outside the viewport. So I guess somehow we're going to need to get underneath the surface. Which is interesting. I saw a sign for a statue workshop next to a broken door that used to lead inside the island. Some Nomai children debated bypassing the statue's workshop's door and sneaking inside via an alternate, more dangerous route. You can see into a large cave from one of the ruins at the top of the island. The bottom of the cave is filled with water. All of that danger. Frozen Nomai shuttle. There's more to explore here. That's where is that? I mean, I don't know. Let's just get up into the into space. Is that the on the? What's that? Oh. My hold on. My controller's acting up again. Wait for it to display the right thing. There we go. There we go. Just to make sure. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Ah, that is the interloper. I went there last time, but my my ship did kind of float off into something. Excuse me. Let me just take a quick swig of drink. So I need to try and avoid that this time. If I can. Uh-oh. Match the velocity. Come on. Did not match that velocity. Does not feel like I'm going forward at all. Although I think I am. I don't want to crash into this thing. What even is that thing? Oh, that's a Dark Bramble. I don't think I've been there yet. I don't even know what that, Okay. Maybe it's not the right time to, Dark Bramble, your favorite planet. That's a good sign. Is there like a good place to land on this thing? Because I kind of get the impression that there might not be. Because I don't want to lose my ship. Closes Giant's Deep. Ah. I have been enjoying Giant's Deep. Dark Bramble sounds like a beverage. Kind of does. Let's see if we can land in here. Might not be the best place to do it. Yeah, this is a bad idea. What am I doing? I'm just gonna get out. Oh! That's the sun! You know what? Let's change the let's change where we want to go. I'm gonna let's not do that. Let's go to Dark Bramble since I haven't been there yet. So I can. The sun. I just wanted to take that marker off. Map. Dark Bramble is here. Let's do it. Visit the sun. Yeah, I mean, it's an easy way to get a quick reset, I suppose. Match velocity. And should be doing so any moment. Okay. This game is something amazing with the VR mod. Oh, I could imagine. Yeah. I think space games in general are great with VR. Or run the sun to boil a bit of tea water. Yeah, why not? What the hell is this? I think it's like a planet that's exploded from the inside. Like someone planted a seed inside a planet, and then it just blew up. What the hell is in there? I don't like those lights. I'm just gonna... I don't know. Do I want to fly in? I don't even want to fly in that hole. I'm just gonna take this a bit easy. I don't want to die immediately. There's definitely something in there. That's a high Chloe. Oh, it's peaceful. I mean, I think I would be peaceful if I wanted, maybe. Let's take things. Ooh, that was a bit violent. Okay. My suit! I knew I forgot something. God, sometimes you just forget your spacesuit. It happens. We've all been there. Okay, this is bigger than I thought it was. Right, maybe I need to get closer. Well, if I die, I at least know I'm coming back. Any signals around here, actually? Whoop. Well, into the wild green yonder. Oh, hold on, no. I need to just get this right. Match the velocity. Into the spicy walnut. What have you got for me in here? What the hell? Oh, it's bigger on the inside. Yeah, that seems about right. Oh, I don't like this. That's not a cranberry. Dimensionally transcendental. Exactly. Hi! Oh no! I had a feeling something like that was gonna happen. This is my heart was like, uh-oh. Right, so angry fish in the bramble. So that's cool. That guy does not like visitors. Good to know. Spacesuit. Make sure it's on this time. Alright, is this at least come up on my log? Oh, it might be a good idea to... Huh. That's a good point, actually. Is that the same as the, Hold on. Where is it? It's around here somewhere, isn't it? Is this? No. Now talk to Gabbro. Okay. Does he give me an anti-fish weapon? That's not what I want. I'm looking for the, I can't remember what it's called now. There's like a seed thing on this planet somewhere. I can't remember where it was. And then I'll say hi to Gabbro. I just want to check something. Oh, what the? Where was it? Signal scope will help. Oh, okay. That's just like a shack? Honestly, I don't know what I need to get. I'm gonna zoom out a bit more. Ah, that's it. That's it. DLC hut. Okay. No, that's a bot. I'm sure one of y'all can... Thank you. Oops. Okay. Right. This is what I wanted to check. Because, I mean, I already did this last time. But, is it the same thing? Oh, hold on. Put that away. Looks like the same thing, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Straight into the mouth of that thing. Okay. There's like a dead one there. Bottom right, huh? What? What? I'm gonna look and see what's going on with that. Where is that? Oh. Oh! Okay, yeah. Well, that's, oh, boy. Let's go. That reminds you of Mobazak. Yeah, I can see that. Mobazak's definitely an interesting and underappreciated arc. Not many people know about the Mobazak. I think one of the games has Mobazak still. I think I played it. One of the GBA games. That plays surprisingly like a Pokemon game. Oh, let's do that first. Okay. Well, let's try not to get chomped this time. And if we do, we'll go to Gabra. Lord help me, I'm back into the walnut. Stay close to the... If I stay close to the brambles, maybe I'll be alright. All of a sudden, this place is a lot scarier. Shit. God damn it. What is that? What is that? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell's going on here? This is so weird. This is... Walnuts inside walnuts. Scout... Oh my god. I am the proud grandfather of these scout children. Whoa. Is that fine? I'm sure that's fine. I feel like I'm exploring, like, the depths of the ocean here. Oh, this is it! Whoa. What's that blue? What is that blue? That's where my scout landed. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Ah, oh god. I'm stuck. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me just get in here. Just get in here. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, he'll do. Feldspar. Whoa! Where'd you come from? No one has come here in, well, ever, actually. That makes you the second Harthian to ever reach Dark Bramble. Yeah, after me, of course. Well done. Say, it's you. They made you an astronaut, and you haven't blown yourself up yet. Good for you. Well, I actually have, but, you know. Feldspar, you're alive. You never were the brightest hatchling, were you? Yeah, that's right. I'm alive. Been camping out here in my ship since, you know, crashed violently. Wait, what? Oh, this is a good story. I just finished exploring the core of the Giant's Deep and needed a new challenge that none of us had ever been inside Dark Bramble, so I think, hey, let's give that a try. I've been cruising around for a while, dodging the odd massive interdimensional vine bristling with thorns, and when I run into this huge anglerfish, the biggest I've ever seen. I pull a few stones, try to shake the thing off, nothing too fancy. I'm going full speed when the fish clips me, knocks me into a vine, and, well, like I said, I crash. Blammo! On impact, my ship starts making noises like it's coming apart from the inside. And I think, well, that ain't great. Sure enough, I barely get out of there alive before the electro systems start sparking like crazy. It either move fast or die unpleasantly, so I had to put a little distance between me and my poor fried ship. Camped out near where I crashed at first. Found this skeleton later. Great find. Would have been stupid not to use it. So I moved my setup over here and planted my emergency tree seeds. Been here ever since. Wow. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, that's how it all went down, hatchling. Story's over, but feel free to stay and enjoy the fire a while. No, don't. The fire's not going anywhere. I found something. I found a dark bramble seed on Timberhearth. That's bad business, hatchling. As Chad will tell you, if you so much as glance in Dark Bramble's direction, it used to be a fifth planet where the bramble is now. This infernal planet appeared at the center, and kept growing and growing until it shattered the planet and scattered it pieces across space. I said it looked like something had grown out of it from the inside. If you don't get that seed you found sorted real quick like, I suspect Timberhearth will be headed towards much the same fate. And I tell you what, we Hearthians have overcome far too much to be done in by some worthless seed. Hey, pal. Let's check out the blue. Hold on. Oh. That seed is inside the skeleton. Oh. That bursted out from the inside, didn't it? These seeds are bad. I'm gonna say. Very bad. There's my scout. Alright. Let's get back in here. Whoop! Follow the loop. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me out. I swear to God, if I get eaten by an anglerfish again. Oh. A ship. Which came first? The seed inside the fish or the fish inside the seed? Very good question. Let's, just pop you down. That'll do. That is the blue thing, wasn't it? Anything else around here? That was the blue. Oh yeah, that ship is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Head into the noodle. Oh, it is? Don't phrase it like that, Ilma. The only vine I've seen that's opened. It's true. It is. I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. It's a noodle. What's the worst that could happen? I become somebody's spaghetti. That's what happens. And I get slurped up by an old Italian man. Where have you taken me? Where am I? Oh. What the heck? Oh. Trip 4, entry number... Oh, I'm not going to say... I'm going to say not 1. Crashes 3, boring crashes 0, personal best. Oh! Never thought I'd see one of these beasties outside of Giant's Deep. They were awfully useful back there. Maybe a jellyfish could be useful here, too. Blech, this thing tastes terrible. The outside is all rubbery and tough. Maybe that's because it insulates the jellyfish's insides from getting zapped by electricity. Right. I'm going inside this jellyfish's interior cavity to see what's in there. Why can't I read? To see what if... There's no what first. To see if what's in there tastes any better. God. I lost the ability to read sentences properly for a second there. Rope. Do you go inside the jellyfish? Well, when in Rome. Note to Feldspar. Do not eat this even if you are dying. It would be too sad if this was the last thing you ever ate in this life. Guess these jellyfish are only useful for insulation from electricity. Again, do not eat. Love, Feldspar. Huh. So Feldspar tried to eat some jellyfish. Discovered, tastes bad. Interesting. Eat it. I can't eat it. That doesn't let me eat it. If there's an eat button. No, there's nothing else there. I actually have a question. How do you know when something is base game or when something's DLC? DLC is super obvious. The DLC is just a shack. Oh, okay. So everything else is just base game and then... Because I want to do the DLC afterwards. Even though I can do it at any time. I do actually have it. Ebac gave it to me as a gift. I've heard it's kind of scary. I don't know anything else about it other than that. This is my first time playing, yes. Wait. Oh, that's my ship. Huh. I was thinking that was the other ship there. Right, well, I suppose I should see Gabbro at some point. Let's figure out what we... Feldspar's camp. Frozen jellyfish. Interesting. Feldspar is alive, yeah. Insulation from electricity. That has to be relevant somehow. Gabbro. Can I even get out of here without being eaten? I can certainly give it a go, can't I? I can try. Well... I can't even remember where I came from. No, it's too late anyway. Yeah. Well. You know what? I'm just gonna spend my last moments with Feldspar. Because, There's always next loop, exactly. There's always the next life. I'm stuck in the teeth. Whatever. It's just, yeah, that works. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, buddy. Ugh. Just sit here for a bit. Enjoy the fire. How far am I? I don't know. Eat as many as we can. I'm just putting. I don't know why this is funny to me. Well. Wasting marshmallows. It's fine. Jellyfish. Feldspar. Going through some nuts. See, I don't know what's up with these multi-dimensional nuts, you know? There's something weird going on with them for sure. If you eat enough burnt marshmallows, you get an achievement. So, am I liking the game? It is very interesting. In a good way, of course. But I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface right now. Where do we want to go? We want to go to Giant's Deep, so let's ping that. Where's the velocity? Boop, and let's go towards it. Let's say hello to Gabbro. And see what we can, talk to Gabbro about. See what they have to say. Okay. Where are you? Trying to figure out where Gabbro is. Okay, over there. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. Go full speed, it's just water. I mean, I guess, but I don't want to crash into anything. Ooh. Yep. Okay. Gabbro, I found things. Hey. A few loops ago, a cyclone came by and tossed my little island in space. Something like that was kind of unpleasant. Wind Waker planet. How do you stay calm in the face of repeated impending death? Deep breaths. No, seriously, I meditate. Want me to teach you? Maybe the next loop before you know it. Sure, why not? Okay, close your eyes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just a reset button. Great. So now pause the game. Oh. Okay. Interesting. I can force myself into the next loop. Interesting. The only actual upgrade. Is it? So was that it? Was that what I wanted to get from Gabbro? That was it? Okay. Fair enough. Nope. Oops. Dark Bramble Seed, yeah. I'm gonna look out. Esker's Camp. Eye Signal Locator. I wonder if I just like try and go full pelt at I was trying to find a way beneath the depths now. That's what I want to do. Because there has to be something I can do to kind of get myself over there. Maybe waiting for a cyclone to kind of rip everything out of orbit and then going down. But I don't know. Okay. There's also something that did look like a little bit of Dark Bramble on here as well. Oh. Okay, so yeah, I can't go any deeper than this. I should have a look at the research area. Also, oh. No, no. It's going. There's something here, I think, that could have been more... I'm just going to stay in here until everything comes back so I don't break my legs. Okay. There was something here that was interesting. And that's, this way. See, apparently there might be another way into here. but I don't exactly know what. This is a statue workshop. I don't think I've been in here. I've already been on this island today. It has to be like a sneaky way in that I haven't quite come across yet. Just have not spotted it myself. Maybe it's something you need to do when the cyclone rips the planet up. Come to think of it. Because that probably gives you... I think I might actually have been down here before. I've got to test the memory statues tonight. Flux says it could be dangerous, so we can't come. But what if we didn't use the door and snuck in the other way? I think we have this before. Does anyone want to? I don't want to see the test too, Lammy, but that's a huge risk to take. We probably shouldn't. Maybe Flux will let us see a later test. Flux specifically told us not to do that. Okay, that's what I heard about. There being another way. Definitely might be to do with the cyclone things. Okay. If I wait for a cyclone to take me through, I can get underneath it somehow. Where is the next cyclone? What's coming over? In fact, maybe I should get to my ship. It'd be easier to fly into there than it would be to get her there on foot. And likely safer too. There'd be less chance of me breaking my legs. As an example. So, you know. Always a good thing. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Maybe I can get there in the ship anyway. Well, let's have a look. Let's see what we can do. Okay. A little bit bumpy, but it works. I did what I wanted it to. Extra way into the workshop. Use my brain. I don't remember if I've actually been here before, though. Yarrow, would you kindly step back so Daz is closest to the statue? When pairing, the statue will choose whoever is in closest proximity. See how its eyes have opened? That tells us the statue is paired with Daz. Now, no matter where he is in the star system, as a statue will record his memories and send them to the Ash Twin Project. This is extraordinary sculpting work, Flux. He has outdone himself again, hasn't he? And now that we have our first successful pairing, we can test my memory storage prototype. The statue will send a single normalized memories to his or her own storage unit within the Ash Twin. Each storage unit will be equipped with a mask, the statue's counterpart, which will be able to send those stored memories back to the corresponding Nomai. Oh. I think it's similar there. Yeah, I mean, the spaceship works, I guess, you know? I thought it'd be safer in case, like, the gravity changed and I got my legs smashed, so... I think there's a cyclone coming. Yup! Hope my ship doesn't get lost. Should be fine. Yeah, I kind of figured it. Come on. Don't get back in. Oh, shit. That's fine. We're good. Okay, my ship's fine. Well, I definitely don't think I've been here before because I got a ship log thing that I didn't get before. Ash Twin projection cell. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. It looks like there's 3 of them active. So that would be myself, Gabbro, and someone else, perhaps. That is strange. Let's take a look at this. Oh. So who is the third person that we need that has their memories? I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin project, Flux. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting to know that the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Until the project succeeds. Interesting. Otherwise, I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds as a safety measure. However, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. Oh. They will? Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it will be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Look around my cockpit? Sure. I do kind of want to go looking for stuff on the Ash Twin now, out of curiosity. Maybe I'll see where the other pairing is. If my assumption that the lit eyes mean they correspond to memories that have been paired. What is it you want me to look for in here? Raise eject cover? I don't know about that. Do it. Okay. Right, yeah. Thanks. It does what it says it would do. Yeah, I got an achievement for it. And now I'm just here. Well, let's do it. I just wanted to. I would meditate instead. Maybe I could have gone for a swim. I don't know. It's too late now. Let's go to the Ash Twin anyway. Ash Twin. I've definitely seen that on the map. Okay. Statue Workshop, Ash Twin Project. Every memory recorded by a Nomad statue is transmitted to a corresponding storage unit within Ash Twin. Okay. So where is Ash Twin? I think it's one of these, isn't it? Ember Twin and Ash Twin. Yeah, that's it. Interesting. And Ash Twin is the grey one. That's what I want. Oh, that's Ember. See, this looks very smooth. I'm not entirely sure there's a way into it. Ooh, careful. Suit. Well, let's see what we can find here on Ash Twin. The Ember Twin looks like it has more on it. Oh, now what's this? This looks promising. Oh, does it? I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Maybe not promising. Right, well, I've just been beamed to, Oh, my ship might be joining me, though. Yep. Well, this is... Oh, no. Oh, my ship! Well, I guess I'm exploring Ember Twin today. Well, you know. That happens. Activate the gravity cannon. Call shuttle home. The shuttle is currently resting at the comet. Oh, ow, oh, ah! Ah! Well, that just happened. Well, this is a fine pickle I found myself in. Hold on. Can I get to Giant's Deep? I might be able to. I got thrown off by the, I got thrown off by the cacti, and I started, like, going, oh, I need to get away from these cacti, and then I jumped forward into the thing that launched me. So, you know, that's, at the very least. Oh my god, the fuel. It doesn't feel like it's getting any closer. Try to conserve fuel. Okay, that's probably a good idea. How'd they end up here? Well, I don't know. Accidentally stepped on a gravity cannon. So, you know, sometimes it just be that way. Am I not getting any closer? Oh. I don't think I think the sun's pulling me? Yeah, that probably checks out. Well, goodbye, everybody. I'll see you all in therapy. So that was not a success, but we have learned things. I feel like that's this game in a nutshell, isn't it? Not a success, but I have learned things. I'm just like imagining myself getting pulled by the sun there and just doing like a cartoonish run. Like just gradually getting pulled towards it. Okay, let's try this again. Ash Twin. So this time... See, the dangerous thing... Oh, shit. I should probably match that as soon as possible. Sometimes I go too fast, and then I don't realize I'm going too fast until I start speeding past where I want to be. Let's try and figure out a better landing spot. See, that looks more promising. Yeah. There we go. Actually, is that pushing me upwards? It is. Huh. That's not what we want then. Uh-oh. Let's get away from the suck beam. Let's see, was there something else I could... Is that also going up or is that going down? That is also going up. I wonder if there's another way into the Ash Twin. Because I can't see anything concrete here. The stuff that pushes you out. I mean, it makes sense that the secrets would be protected somehow, but, Oh, hold on. What's that? What's that? Okay, I'm being silly now. I think I was locked onto the wrong thing there. This looks like a dedicated landing platform, at least. Okay. Oh. I'm just trying to have a look here. Now, where's the other one? Oh, that's the interloper. Huh. Oh. Oh? What is going on here? Uh-oh. Go. Oh. I see it. The ash is being pulled from it, revealing things. Oh, I see. There are things hidden beneath the surface of this. What the hell is that? It's like hoovering up the ash, bit by bit. It's a door that I can't open though. Phone pinged. Yeah, you can gradually see it. Like getting, like lowering and lowering. Interesting. Although now I'm thinking I should park my ship under here so it doesn't get sucked up. Or at least just get it underneath something. Not going back up, is it? No, it's not. Don't touch the cactus. Cactus bad. Oh! Oh, cactus bad! You were hidden. Sneaky trap cactus. Hell? That looks vaguely humanoid. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, get inside. What is this thing? It looks like kind of robotic. Dead fella? I mean, I guess so, but who? Oh, also realizing that I can go up here too. Oh, and then I can use that to be pushed upwards. That just leads me back down there. Okay. Lack of gravity here is fun. That is... well, it's gonna be something. Trees! Hey, drifting! 29 months, damn, that is a long while. Nice to see you. I haven't actually found that signal yet. That's Gabbro. Just waiting for this ash to go down, so we can find out what's in here. And we know there's trees, but maybe there's a way into the center of this place. Considering that's where the masks are. Now, at least we're not using up oxygen here as well, because trees. Gotta love trees. They're just dope. Big trees. Uh-oh. Oh no, is my ship being moved? Uh-oh. Oh no! Ugh. I have my ship in a safe place, but maybe not. I think I lost my ship again. Why does this always happen to me? Okay, well that leads me into here. Oh yeah, my ship... oh, my ship is on the Ember Twin. Oh, okay. Oh! What the... what the... how... what the... huh? Where am I? Timberhearth? Oh, this is, oh, hey, I am my first Garfield stream. Been running a YouTube channel for some years now. Thought it'd be a good idea to come to your Twitch as well. I'm glad you thought so. Thank you for coming along, Anti-Prismatic. Much appreciated. Like a drum person somewhere. I can't remember where they were. Unknown. Okay. I should try and find that unknown drum signal. It looks like they're on the Ember Twin then. Huh. Maybe I should head there first this time and not step on a cannon. And there may be some secrets there to uncover anyway. Where am I here? I don't know where this place is. don't think I've visited this area before. Probably leads to somewhere familiar, though. Oh. Mining site 2B. Let's have a look. What have you got for me, mining site 2B? Bones. Cool. Uh-oh. So yeah, what avoid push you down? That's good to know. Can I get in there somehow? The hell am I? At this point, I don't even know. Maybe. Oh, okay. Huh. Alright. Well, I landed somewhere good. Clearly. Don't suppose you have any of these around? Ah, Ash Twin Projection Stone. Let's read about it first. My gratitude for the latest shipment on here. Ueno. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better. As the smallest flaw opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Raimi and I will be checking the interior and then exterior for cracks. Okay, so they built it to be impenetrable. That's good to know. Yeah, this is the same thing I saw before. So I think my next protocol is to explore the Ember Twin at least, because that might give me some more hints as to where I need to be. Still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built in the Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large. No, the material for those towers is all being taken from the Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core. If they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they've planned accordingly. Oh. I thought you had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Coleus. How else would he improve? I'm relieved by our client's decision to use Timberhearth's ore only for constructing the shell. If eventually life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. There is definitely a plot, Anti-Prismatic. It's just you have to go out and find it. A lot of exploring. Yeah, the goal is to learn the plot. Which I am very much in the process of doing. Oh. Okay, that leads to here. I'll see if there's anything else I can read here, and then potentially find a way back out, or just you know, Just meditate until the next loop. I think it just pushes me back up, doesn't it? Okay. Ah, damn it. Ugh. Alright, well, we'll meditate. Glimpse of my ghost t-shirt. Oh, yeah. There you go. Do like a bit of ghost. Okay. Ember Twin. Find the drum signal. See if we can find out more info about the Ash Twins. Shell. That's what we'll be doing. Suit on. Let's see if there's anything on here that's been added then. Gravity cannon. Know my mines. Yeah, it's all coming together. We want to go to you. Not trusting autopilot. I guess I just forget to do autopilot. I should probably do that. I just feel like I don't trust it for some reason. I don't know. That probably is easier, yeah. Okay. Where's a good place to land here then? Probably not down that little center crevice, because that's gonna be where the sand thing goes. Okay, let's get high up and land. This is nice. There we go. There we go. Over here. Ooh. Take care, Tony. Thanks for coming along. Now, who is this? Oh, you're an egg. Goodness, it's you. Hello. I take it your first launch went well then. Welcome to the Hourglass Twins. I understand now. What are you up to? Hornfeld has asked me to update our star charts, so I'm out here observing. This is one of the best places in the solar system to spot astronomical events, you know. What's weird is I've actually seen a couple of supernovas today. Usually I'd be fortunate just to see one. Keep an eye out for 4 on the stars, and maybe you'll spot one yourself. I found something. Actually, never mind. I have a question for you. How do I know if I've spotted a supernova? I think this might be our third mask. Supernova look like extra bright stars to the naked eye, but if you zoom in with your signal scope, you can tell they're actually enormous explosions. Massive stars go supernova at the end of their lifespans, which is why it's so unusual to see 2 in a single day. I wonder if some of these stars are older than we realized. What are you doing on here? Right now I'm documenting stars. Hornfeld noticed our star charts are out of date, so they asked me to update them. Please don't tell the others I said this, but sometimes I think I'm the only traveler out here interested in doing any science at all. Maybe don't tell Hornfels either. I think they're pretty deep in denial. Where should I explore here? To be honest, I haven't noticed this lake bed. I don't mean to brag, but I'm really quite good with the little scouts. So I've been taking pictures of everything from right here in my campsite. Have you seen the old shipwreck site on Ember Twin's southern hemisphere? The one shooting out a beam of light into the sky? It's not one of our own crashes, surprisingly enough. This one's a Nomai ship. You'll find Nomai ruins across the Twins, but strangely, not a single settlement. Believe me, if there was one to see, I'd have seen it with my little scout. So where do they live? Not on the surface, clearly. Ember Twin is full of cave systems, though. Maybe the answer lies underground. That's very helpful. Hold on. Thank you, Chert. Let's see what we can uncover here, then. I'm being drawn to this. My eye's been drawn to it, so I'm going to go there. It's very curious. This is a spoiled little egg. Ooh. Some nice dark caves. Unidentified signal nearby. Let's find out what that is. Is this rock singing? No, it sure is. Very interesting. Friends, if you find any sign of Coleus, I implore you to tell me. He vanished without a trace during our research trip and has been missing ever since. Well, alright, some of us from the Sunless City are sure to here to help search for Coleus. Can you tell us more about your expedition? You have my gratitude, Burr. Coleus and I were studying the cave's geology. We hope to learn about a unique and wandering rock that visits several different caves in the area. Remember those wandering rocks? Where was young Coleus lost, Mallory? He disappeared in the cave at the bottom of the dry lake bed at the North Pole. It happened in an instant without warning. I turned away from Coleus to examine a sample, and when I turned back, he simply wasn't there anymore. He had a limited supply of air, Anona. I'm afraid for him. Hypothesis. We will learn more by examining the northern lakebed cave where Coleus disappeared. Search quickly, everyone. We have no time to squander. Well, that seems... The rock has decided to go somewhere else. Oh, this is deeper into the caves. Well... Or maybe that's where it came from. Wait, hold on. Is there a way up? Oh, these are both... Okay. Both entrances. Okay. So the North Pole... I believe must be this way. Yeah. Huh. And this is the lake bed. Yeah, I just wanted to check that it wasn't like twisting it the other way around or something. Yeah. I guess I go with this other thing because I'm not sure what's here. Oh, but there is a staircase leading down. Let's have a look. My curiosity is piqued. There's more stairs going down. Just keep going until we find whatever could possibly be down here. This is where Coley has disappeared then. Okay, this is the ash. On the ash twin. Same stuff. Oh, it's going up. This is where the excess ash is going. Okay. So if I want to find out what's down there, I probably have to do it much earlier in the loop before the ash has filled up the area. Okay. I see. I understand. I need to check my ship every now and then just to make sure it hasn't gone anywhere. I do have a habit of leaving my ship in places where it gets taken somewhere else. Oh, 3 minutes of oxygen? Yeah, I should probably get back to my ship, maybe. Just to refill for a bit. Ugh. Okay, hold on. Let's get up onto here. Okay. And then get up onto... Oh! Okay. We're good. Everything's fine here. Swoop. And then back down. Now, what is this thing? Oh, that's a lot of cacti. I should be careful of that. There's one of the preview things there. Some text to translate. Hey, Bonmoth. How am I liking Majora's Mask in space? It is a interesting game that I am very curious to learn more about. And that's kind of the point where I'm at the moment. I need to actually read this, don't I? Note, this door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the Whitehall Station. Amy and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong. So, although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed from the path from the Sunless City. Inviting Sand inside would disrupt our setup and could have enormous consequences. We realize this is an intriguing prospect, but the door must remain closed nonetheless. An update. The High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help, or even just to observe, make sure to use the Sunless City path to the lab. Sunless City path, huh? High Energy Lab. Sunless City. Okay. Let's go. This game has a great aesthetic. It is... Ooh. Oh yeah, this is fine. It's beaming the sand into the planet here. Okay. It's gradually filling up. Ooh. So that's a dangerous place to be. Sunless City. Maybe there's a way around. Should probably keep this equipped. Fuel remaining. That's good to know. Comforting. Has to be more here, right? Oh. Prickly. Oh. He's actually giving me oxygen. How nice. Oh, okay, yeah, that does hurt. Good to know. go into here. How's the sun looking? A bit red. Is this the crashed ship? Or is this something else? An identified signal nearby. The rock's here. Singing rock. Where are you? Oh, is that not you? Escape Pod 2. Huh. This does look like a crashed ship of some kind. We saw another one somewhere else, didn't we? Untranslated, no my recording. We need status reports on all systems, but initial things first. Is everyone unharmed? Our escape pod's passengers are afraid, but physically well, Anna. Everyone survived the crash. This is a relief, at least. You have my gratitude. But were you able to find the other escape pod's distress signals? Outer Wilds makes you want to learn Unity development. I mean, it's a good reason to do it. I can hear both signals somewhere in this star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. I think I saw one of them earlier. Escape pod 2. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Launching escape pod 3, now launching escape pod 2. Collision imminent, preparing for impact. Scanning external environment, scan complete. External temperature is prohibitively high. Verdict inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on the planet's surface. The heat from this star system's sun is more bearable below the surface. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what scans show is a cave system with much cooler air. I would recommend we seek a site down there to build a long-term shelter in honor. But these passages are a maze. Even with this danger, they are still our best chance for survival. We'll form teams and descend into the caves to look for a shelter site. We can mark our findings in the walls and avoid becoming irreversibly lost. Be cautious, everyone. And be aware of the sand as you search. It appears to be rising gradually. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is some stuff is being lost to time already. Emergency escape hatch. Keep moving, friends. Oh man. There's nothing at the end of the passage but rocks. While these rocks are interesting, they can wait until less urgent time. We do not follow this tunnel to its end. Do not follow this tunnel to its end, and I will examine the horror that lies at the terminus later, provided we live through it. Oh god. I think my opportunities to get through here have long since passed. Yeah. I should get out of there. I'll have to come back here. Do I have the pause while reading setting on? I mean, I might do. Freeze time while reading ship log. Yeah, I've got that on. It must be on by default, because I don't think I play with that at all. Well, let's have a look up here. Because I think that baby's about to go supernova. Chert's research knows property of Chert. Clearly, the Nomai were making astronomical observations here. They chose an excellent spot. What is this big rotating device for? Was it what the Nomai were observing? I'd posit it there's something special about the orange symbol on that device. How will the new astronaut's translator tool will be nice to have handy about now. Scroll. Oh, a campfire there as well. Can I take this scroll? Clearly, they know I don't own an air fryer. Oh, my fuel level is pretty low. That's fine. Let's read this. Oh, yeah. It's happening, isn't it? Or maybe this is a different sign, actually. There was a fuel tank just by the fire. I missed that. Oh! Ugh. Thank you. Thank you, VFig. Much appreciated. This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. This is also of note. It disappears if no one is watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic? It's made of that same stuff. This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it, or even better, we should travel there. I agree. Our first step will be determining a method that can track this phantom moon, so that we can always know where it is. Given its reluctance to move while consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. I found your note, Mallory. Kindly count me among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist. Does it move from the location? I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timberhearth as well. Phantom Moon is definitely something that I've noticed, and I want to learn more about it. Oh, also I'm just realizing.
Oh look, rocks!
Thank you for the 90 bits drifting. I hope this is the oh look rocks one because that's accurate for this game. Yeah, you got it. Exactly. Get ready. Get ready for what? Go! Buddy Games! With a party of 30. Thank you so much. Hi! Hi everybody! Returnal. Ah! Is Returnal a time loop game? Because you might be feeling right at home right now. Put the scroll on the reading wall? Can I? Hello buddies coming in. Welcome to the stream. I'm playing Outer Wilds at the moment. Oh, I can do this. Oh, hold on. That's a big raid. It is much appreciated. Returnal is one of those games that looks very interesting, but I don't have the a console to play it on, so I'm a PC gamer at heart. Tragically. In some instances that is tragic. In other instances maybe not. I would like to play Returnal at some point. It looks very interesting. Anyway, Quantum Moon Locator is functioning. We have markers for each of the places the moon goes. Anna, I just observed the quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. I added a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator had now accounted for all of the Phantom Moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device? It's also possible there exists a sixth place in the star system which the Phantom Moon travels. Thank you for the follow above average Andrew J. 52 viewers. Look at me go! Am I thinking of playing Uncharted 4 now that it's coming to PC? I need to play all of the other Uncharted games. I haven't played a single Uncharted game. So, if there's like a collection that they release of like 1, 2, and 3, I'd play through those. And then I would play through 4. And thank you for the follow, Reg Against the Retro and Dave O'Mac 1988. So much appreciation for you all right now. There is a collection. Isn't the collection like 4 and some like handheld ones though? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know enough about this. Also, I'm wasting time while this sun gets gradually more and more angry. I got my ship log updated. Archduke of Prussia, thank you so much. Also, these represent the orbit, right? That's Timberhearth. Oh. That's the Bramble. There's giants, whatever. What's it called? Giant something. Giant Steep. It is trippy. It's a very interesting game. So what is this? Is this the Phantom one? There it is. This is this the moon that, like, if you look away from it, so let's look. No longer being observed and it's gone. So now it has moved back to here. What is up with this thing? Collection on PS4 is basically the first 3 games remastered. Oh, it's on PS4. I think my dad has a PS4, but I don't have it like hooked up as a streaming thing anyway. Not that I have any plans to do that. I don't know. I stream from my PC because it's much simpler for me. I suppose it does have an inbuilt streaming thing, doesn't it? I don't know. It's not in any of my immediate plans, so... Oh, hold on. No, that's fine. Oops. Sigma scope. That's a brittle hollow. Maybe playing a South Park game that I sincerely doubt Twitch TOS would be okay with. Is that one of the Obsidian ones? Like the RPGs? What is this? I wonder what this signal is. Should probably go find that at some point. Actually, where's my ship? Still over there. Oh. But the end is nigh anyway, so... Well... Let's get to the campfire and watch the end of the world. Or the universe, even. Roasted marshmallow. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have VR. As much as I would like to get VR at some point. It's a whole Half-Life game I'm missing out on. Let's get up high and watch this from up here. Ooh, yeah. Ah, damn it. Okay. Ah, bit fiddly. Okay, there we go. Here we go. It's happening. Yeah, I'm going to be the roasted marshmallow in a moment. Controller begins to vibrate as well as it approaches you. It's very cool. Alright. So that was an interesting loop. Discovered plenty of new things that we can put in our ship's log. I always love seeing the little funny things you do in like the memories before as you go. They see me roasting a marshmallow over the fire. What kind of controller? This is an Xbox One controller, I think. I don't really know console controllers that well. It's one of the Xbox ones, but the one after the 360. That's Xbox One controller, isn't it? It's easily like plug-inable to like a PC, so that's a good word, plug-inable. You know, just as a USB. Yes, it's an Xbox One controller because eBack was the one who kindly bought it for me. Out of 10, how epic am I? I don't know. I'm like maybe a 7, probably a 6. A circle D-pad or a plus D-pad or a circle D-pad? It's a circle? Alright. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's look at that ship's log. Okay, so Church Camp, Escape Pod 2, Sunless City, Quantum Caves, Lakebed Cave, Whitehall Station, High Energy Lab, Quantum Moon Locator, and the Quantum Moon. 6th location. We got a lot discovered in that loop. Huh. Gravity cannon is linked. There's more to explore here. We should probably discover more with the Ember Twin, really. I feel like there's a lot more to discover there, because that's like a very layered planet. Oh god. The Quantum Moon! Oh no! Oh. Oh, this is bad. But I'm on the Quantum Moon. Well, this is happening. Is this the Quantum Moon? No, this isn't even the Quantum Moon. That's just a regular moon that I crashed into. Ah. Yeah. So it turns out that autopilot can't always be trusted. Good to know. That was my ship's reactor. So that one was not my best. In fact, I would go as far as to say that was probably my worst loop yet. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Alright, this time, let's make sure we are taking care of ourselves before we engage the autopilot. Okay. Where are those twins? Ah, there we go. Make sure we don't fly into the sun as well. That would be a big mistake. I burned up in the sun once. Wasn't fun. Okay. Undershot target. I mean, you know, it happens. Don't stress about it. Okay, so we want to be ooh, let's go on this side this time. This is the other side, isn't it? Nope, I'm on the that's not where I want to be. Because that's yeah, okay, I'm on the wrong side. Okay, I want to go on the other side. The hell's that? Oh, no, that's the ship I went into before. But that is not a bad thing to look into, because we can get down to that sandy, ashy place before it becomes overflowing. We might be able to discover something much sooner here now. Aha. We found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage that appears promising. I believe we could construct a long-term shelter here. The cavern Mallory found is a wise choice for the shelter. Could one of you mark directions for the others to follow? What did you miss? You missed quite a few things, King Boss, but hello. Kalia, this is the start of the path to the shelter site. I have enough directions to guide you here there. Of note, we must hurry, as the pathway there is filling with sand. Do not allow yourself to be buried by sand and make sure no one is lost. Okay. Take the ship log at least. Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank there. We cannot tell how far or deep these tunnels may wind, but do not linger, as this area is exposed to the heat of this alien sun. Okay. Let's go down here as fast as we can, where it fills up. Alright, this is just a little cubby hole, okay. Oh. Emergency escape hatch. Keep moving, friends. There is nothing of interest at the end of this passage but rocks. Really? Well, these rocks are interesting. I want to see the interesting rocks. Well, they weren't even that interesting. Do not follow this tunnel to attend. Khaleesi will examine the horror that lies its terminus later. Let's find out what's at the end of this one then. Oh. Oh. It's a skeleton of a, one of the anglerfish. But it looks like there's another way around. Interesting. Oh, there's some writing down there. That will be worth looking into. The path of the shelter is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely. I'm going to check if there's anything up there. Okay. To reach the shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Continue the room filled with the rock column formations and climb upward to the opening above them. And here is rising, so you must be cautious but swift. So we want to go left. And then go up. Huh. Very simple. Be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Mallory and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't strong. Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the fallen sand. Follow it and reach the shelter site. Okay, so this was the bridge, but the bridge has, you know, eroded a little bit over time. Luckily, I have a jetpack. Is it supposed to be behind there? Okay. You're doing well. There's only a little farther left to go now until you reach the shelter site. You can rest there. Hurry before the sand comes. Alright, I guess I'm going. Hold on. Oh. Up here? Yeah. Maybe not. Ah. Perhaps not. Uh-oh. Well, this might be a problem. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. Okay, no, I got it. I got it. All right. Ugh. Ooh. Yes, that is a hazard, isn't it? Well. Ugh. Okay. Through the sand. Oh, that's where I came from, isn't it? No. Yes. And that is where I came from, damn it. Okay, let's go through here then. Okay. Ah, this is it. 3 minutes of oxygen remaining. Oh god. Just read this. This is amazing. Look inside the cave. How did this come to rest here? We haven't encountered others in these caves. I think this is a rare find. From what we can see, Coleus and I believe the specimen to be very old indeed. Imagine what we might learn if we could examine it. We both agree that it's unlikely that this dry planet in this horror's place of origin, especially considering what we observed during the vessel's evacuation. Clearly this hole is too small for it to have fit through. Hypothesis, there is another entrance to this cave. If there is, Coleus and I will find it. We can't leave valuable information undiscovered. An update. We need to find a way inside quickly, Malaria, because when I returned here to search for an entrance to the cave, there were children playing on the specimen. Right. Ah. There must be another way over there. How did that get in there? That's a very good question. Right. Yeah. Anglerfish fossil overlook. Wow. Look at this. Oh, careful. It's a big hole. Should we build the sun station to power the Ash Twin project? There are other ways to generate this level of power? Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. I understand that this proposal is unsettling, but the sun station must be built if we hope to complete the Ash Twin project. I almost can't comprehend this as being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to, and everything we believe in as a species. If we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will without question destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of this star system. I wish to protect these species. The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build a sun station, no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it. Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe, if we're cautious, the sun station will work. I believe it pie. Poke, I'm deeply honored. Idea, I comprehend your position. However, if we aren't all but certain the sun station will not cause destruction once we built it, then I won't support the station's use. Unsurprisingly, Idea, I agree through. We're pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. Oh. Anglerfish Overlook District. Stepping Stone District. Energy Lab Trailhead. Ice Shrine District. Interesting. Very interesting. But this place is so temporary. Okay, let's try exploring this lower place first then. Stepping Stone Cave. It's already beginning to fill up. No, this is, it's too late for this place. Should get out before we get squashed against the ceiling. Prefer not to die that way. We're meeting in the Fossil Fish Cave to play the game. If you're too big to climb through the Anglerfish Overlook hole, you'll have to go the long way. But it isn't too far. Go to Stepping Stone Cave. Ah, right. So Stepping Stone Cave is the way into the Fossil Fish Cave. I tried getting into the Fossil Fish Cave through Stepping Stone Cave, but I couldn't find the entrance. Where is it? I think I can't fit through the Anglerfish Overlook hole anymore because he grew bigger. He's taller than Levi now. Who cares? Alex is still the tallest. Remember to feed the fossil fish first. If you go to the Anglerfish Overlook and throw a light into his mouth, he'll show you the way. That's good to know. There's the difference in writing as well. Yeah, it's a lot chunkier. Simpler. Perhaps like a child's writing. It's definitely, Are we playing the Fossil Fish games tonight? I fed the Fossil Fish a new lantern. If you go to the Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the Fossil Fish Cave is easy to see. Gratitude, Solanum. It's good you're small enough to climb through the hole at the Anglerfish Overlook. I'm still small enough. You won't be for long. Mom and Dad are tall, so you and I will be tall too. Seeing these bones here is very sad, actually. He lived here. Yeah, I had a feeling. Damn it. But I could fire a scout in. Huh. A lot on the bottom floor. I can be safe here. Right, wow, okay. Those crystals are not a good time. I thought he closed the door, okay. I'm not sure if there was anything useful in there. I didn't spot anything. Hold on. But what if I were to... Right. Yeah. That's fine. Oh, my fuel levels. Okay, I see. Okay. Right. Ugh. Aha! Be welcomed in this place. This shrine is a space to reflect on what brought us to the star system, the signal from the eye. We observed the eye signal in our travels and followed it here to find its source. What we know is this. The source of the signal, which we have chosen to call the Eye of the Universe, is older than the universe itself. The rest we have yet to learn. Enter and open your mind to its possibilities. If the Eye called to us, why won't it reveal itself? Why is it so difficult to locate it? Did something happen to it? Did the signal stop? Does the Eye no longer desire to be found? Perhaps this isn't the Eye's choice. The Eye may not be able to communicate with us more than it already has. Is the Eye natural or artificial? Maybe someone built it. The Eye is older than the universe itself. How could something exist before its creator? It could be naturally occurring, although this doesn't answer how the Eye could be as old as it is. Did the Eye deliberately call out to us by sending the signal, or did we hear the signal by coincidence? We could be seeing meaning where there is none. Suppose the signal was produced incidentally. Does that mean the Eye is any less important, though? Perhaps the Eye wanted to be found. Could it be sentient? Maybe it chose us. Does the Eye desire something from us? Could it need us in some way? Maybe it doesn't have to be us. I have questions. It's filling up. Gravity cannon. Huh. Where is it? Ah, it's over there. I am very quickly running out of fuel. But that's okay. I imagine death is soon approaching. Oh, God. Using oxygen as repellent. Oh God. This is not quite good. Take note of the entrance. It's a quick way back to the city. Okay. So like this little sort of bit here. There is an entrance. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm about to die anyway. And looking at the time, it's probably a good place to end it anyway. Cool. Oh wow, look at that. The Ash Ash twins being completely revealed there. This is supposed to be a gravity cannon, but don't know if it's activated. So there's definitely things to discover in that little city area, for sure. I have many questions that I need answering. But I've learned a lot in my run to this today. And it just made me wonder though, what is actually the end point of this game? Like, I'm sure I'll find out, but like, is there a point where you realize you've discovered everything and you just kind of go, oh, well, there we go? Or is the... You know what? Don't answer the question. I'll figure it out. But I'm curious about that. You'll know when it happens. Okay. Oh, my ship's over here. I might actually be able to get some oxygen back. If I can get there. Maybe I parked too high up. Yeah, maybe not the best place to park. I am about to suffocate. $60 seconds. Well, it's been a good run. What's this? Time to die. I'll do it. So many people streaming this game because it's something really unique and fun. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh, okay. No one redeemed a stretch during this stream, so I'm feeling a bit stiff. Oh, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm starting to see why people I like love this game so much. Simply because I've never played anything else quite like this. It is so unique and I don't know. It's really something special. Okay. So that was Outer Wilds for this week. I will be continuing this next week, or maybe on Saturday if people vote for it. Saturdays are a vote system now, and it'll be Outer Wilds, Plutonia Experiment, the hard Final Doom levels, Inscription, or Industria, and you'll be able to vote for that on my Twitter. For what you want to see on Saturday, it could be more of this, could be something else. So we will end this up for today. Oh yeah, I forgot I had screen mode on. I'll just switch over to this, and I will send you all off on a little raid somewhere. Let's do a quick refresh. Okay, where should I send you to? I will send you over to Daggers McTimbers, who is playing Elder Scrolls Online. So say hello to those two for me. Because I imagine it's both of them playing. I don't know. But either way, I will see... Actually, I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. Oh, did I just type it in wrong? I did type it in wrong. There we go. I will be streaming tomorrow as well. I'll be continuing Ace Attorney, because it's been a while since we actually got around to playing more of that. So me and Itamar are going to be back to do some Ace Attorney fun. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you very soon for more Outer Wilds. Bye-bye.